What up, good people? And welcome to another episode of This Is Dope. It's your man, Ahmad here, discussing with you iPadOS 14, my review of, I guess, the update and really my impressions and how I'm using it. WWDC, was what, maybe about a month ago? And so iPadOS 14 was announced then. Developer Beta 1 was released. We've had the public beta come out since then. By the time this comes out, the second version of the public beta is probably already out. I'm running Developer Beta 3. It's a lot more stable now. And with all the public betas that are out, I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that there's a lot more devices running iPadOS 14, one of the beta versions, right? So with that being said, I want to kind of go over how I use it, what features I thought were the coolest and more applicable to how I interact with my iPad on a day-to-day basis. So, without any further jabbering from me about the subject, let's go ahead and get right to it. Action. Okay, here we have my iPad Pro 12.9-inch 2020 model with my Magic Keyboard right here. So, as you guys can see, I've tried to set up my home screen to have the least amount of icons as possible. I'm really heavily leveraging folders in my dock. I have a few folders up here, but folders in my dock that I really have the majority of my applications in. So it allows me to multitask between the majority of the apps that I have installed. I don't have any apps on another screen. This is the setup. Another benefit of this setup, or one of the reasons why I'm able to use this setup, is because of, with iPadOS 14, widgets. Widgets have now been introduced, and I mean meaningful widgets, right? We had widgets sort of kind of in iPadOS 13, but they've gained a lot more power and functionality, I think, in iPadOS 14. Right here, you just see just the two widgets, but if you flick up, you'll see my legacy widgets here, which, obviously the third-party application developers have not really had a chance to update these yet, or released updates for these yet, because iPadOS 14 is not officially out, right? But you also see, like, this is an iPadOS 14 specific widget, and so are these. And I'll show you a couple other cool features. So you just kind of enable jiggle mode, and yes, it is called jiggle mode, by just, pressing on the home screen and holding it for a moment. And that will get you your, I guess, wiggle or jiggle where you can modify your home screen, right? So this plus sign up here in the left-hand corner, this will allow you to add your widgets. You have all the Apple stock widgets there. Obviously no third-party stuff yet because none of the apps have been updated for it. So you have your maps, notes, photos, clock, news, etc., 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 right? There's finally clock, which is new, which is definitely a new widget for iPads. So that's a welcome addition. And then you have, your other useful ones, batteries, maps, things of that nature. So I think what's really cool about these widgets are a few things. First, you have a lot of different layouts, right? Like you have this compact layout, it's kind of elongated layout, and then you have a much bigger layout, right? And that's with all of these widgets, right? So the same here goes for notes. And with notes, you can choose a particular note, also the folder, and then you have the different options for folder. Same thing goes with maps. You kind of have that compact. And there you go. You have that, right? So that's always awesome, right? It helps you a lot. It helps you arrange your icons a certain way. But another thing that's a benefit of this is that it allows you to do stacks, right? There's this new feature within iPadOS 14, which is stacks. Stacks, or smart stacks, is really what I call them. You have the ability to kind of turn it on and off, but I guess the smart stack functionality of the stack is kind of the most appealing to me. And what a smart stack is it allows you to stack multiple widgets on top of each other to create one in one space. So let me show you. So we'll go ahead and I will add No, not this one. I want to add, let's add stocks. Let's go ahead and add that widget. Let's add music. Add that widget. Let's add news. Let's add that widget. As you can see, they're all the same size. In order to make a stack, they have to be the same size. And so what I can do is I can drag this on top of here, drag this on top of here, and you kind of see these 3 dots now, right? And so this allows me to kind of manually flick through and select which widget I want, which is pretty cool, right? What you also can do is, let's go ahead and hit done, is once it's out of jiggle mode, go ahead and just kind of depress on it and then hit edit stack. This will allow you to turn off Smart Rotate, right? And what Smart Rotate's going to do is Smart Rotate will display the widget that iPadOS deems the most relevant to you during the time of day, or based on the place you're at, or what you may or may not be doing, right? It just uses a lot of different analytics to kind of help make this decision. But it's a pretty cool feature. And so what I've done, let me get rid of this bogus widget that I created because I already have all of these things added, is in the space that I have up top here, I've added up to, and you can add up to 9 widgets, I think is the number. I've added 5 here, but I kind of dispersed them out, but you could add as many as 9. So it'd be awesome if you could add more. That way you could have all your widgets in one stack and kind of just cycle them with the massive view. But what I chose to do was kind of mix and match. So I have these 5 here, and then I have these 4 here, and then I have these 3 here. And I kind of try to group them in some kind of logical order for myself. And I have Smart Rotate on all of these. So each one of these is going to rotate based on, the analytics that Apple's doing and so forth and so on. So, it's pretty cool. I also added them to kind of the field that, is always on your home screen, this little big box here that I enabled with this. So these are always here, no matter what. So even when I swipe down and the other ones go away, these are still here. Swipe down, they're still there. Swipe back up, and they're still there. So I thought this was a pretty cool feature. I use this a lot. One of the biggest upgrades, I think, to iPadOS 14. Another major update for me was Notes, and the way Notes is used, and how it's formatted, right? I mean, not formatted, but how it's laid out. Like, they have this new, and it's not really new, I'll just say it's enhanced in Notes, but it's kind of enhanced side panel, which gives you a lot easier organizational capabilities. Also, within the note itself, let's see. Let's go ahead and utilize this note. So let's kill this. Let's double tap on this. And so what I can do is, and I've done this before, but I'll show you. I wrote this out. You're able to, I forgot what they call, like data input or data pointers or something like that. But I wrote the number out, but it recognizes my handwriting. So when I hard press on it, I could choose to call this, which is pretty cool. Another major feature of this is I can double tap that. I can move this text around. And then if I tap it again, copy as text, I can copy this as text, go up to here where I was typing, wherever that was at. And then now that handwriting is going to be, pasted as text, which I thought was pretty cool. That's a major enhancement. And that's actually that kind of ties with one of the other major features that Apple introduced, which is Scribble, right? That's a functionality of Scribble within Notes. So speaking of Scribble, let's go ahead and show that off. Say you're in here, right? And my kids go to Code Ninjas, right? So let's go to ESPN. Say I want to go to ESPN. And this works a lot better laying down. But when you tap in here, if you notice, down at the bottom here, you get a little pop-up, right? So after I finish writing what I want to write, it'll give me I can hit search, and it'll go, it'll search whatever it is I wrote. So I did a little mark here. I don't want that, so I just scratched that away. And then I can go espn.com, which my handwriting's terrible. But now I can either hit go to it, or I could hit search and would have searched your default search engine for it, right? So that's pretty cool. That anywhere where there's a text input box, you have the ability to go ahead and write and it be converted to text. Another cool feature is since we're in Safari, is the ability to translate things, right? So there is, and I haven't really used it so far, but this, in addition, I guess this is the spot where, it gives you kind of the website settings, turn on blockers, whether it's a trusted website or not, privacy report, so that's pretty cool. But, I don't know, let's say we'll do a Google search for cats, I don't know. Let's see, cats. Okay, so we have the Google search here for cats, right? And I haven't used this before, so I'm not really, I guess I need to read a little bit more up on it. But and I forgot what you have to type in here, but generally, when you put in the right input and you need it translated, there is an icon up here on the top left in the search bar that will allow you to translate whatever it is you wrote to whatever language you want to do. Obviously, I'm not smart enough to do that currently, so let me stop making a fool of myself. Let's see, another really, really major feature for me, and this will really resonate with a lot of Mac users, is Spotlight is pretty much integrated into iPadOS, which all of you are used to, hitting Command Space and typing in whatever it is you want to type, right? So let's just say I want to type in football, right? Hold on, if I learn how to spell, that'll be great. Right, so this will search football, this will search in mail, anything to do with football, search my contacts, messages, anything in music. So this really just searches everything you have on your iPad for that particular term, right? So let's just say I want to, I don't know, search for myself, right? So it's going to search my contact information, emails, files, so forth and so on, yada, 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 right? So that is a really welcome feature that's been introduced from the Mac and brought over here. There are a number of other features that are really, really great in iPadOS 14. It's not the shock of iPadOS 13 where a lot of things were changed and really just modified, and there was that big bang thing. I think in iPadOS 14, there are a lot of refinements and therefore enhancements to a lot of the features we use, but there aren't a lot of major wow moments, right? And I guess the one last thing I will show you is that I think is pretty cool is Compact Siri, right? So what you can do is you can click this. As you can see down in the bottom right hand corner here, Siri is down in the bottom right hand corner.
Sure, translate into which language?
Oh, not now, Siri. Also, what another awesome feature that they've introduced is compact call notifications. So if someone were to call me right now, instead of it taking up the entire screen and disrupting my workflow, there would just be a notification right here to let me know that, hey, someone's called. I can answer it from there, and then it would fade up here, and I can keep doing what I'm doing while talking to whoever it is I need to talk to. And that's another really cool feature. There's a few others that, I guess, major features. I guess I would consider them major, but I don't really use them, so I don't have any insight into them, so I'm not going to go into them. But if you have a chance and you have an iPad, the betas are stable. I would definitely recommend checking it out, especially if public beta 2 is out. For all of you who don't have a developer account, it might be worth checking out. Developer beta 3 is out now. For those of you who do have a developer account, and haven't installed this yet, check it out. It's pretty stable. I'm still doing work on this machine and haven't had any issues. Hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully you guys got something positive out of this video. Thank you again for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. If you liked the video, definitely go ahead and hit a like down below. If you like the videos I put out, subscribe. Definitely welcome new subscribers. And in closing, I'll say my overall impressions of iPadOS 14 is that it is a great update, while maybe not the big, bang, flashy update that iPadOS 13 was. And you know, with all the hoopla, then there's a lot of great features in there, and there's a lot of features with a lot of potential, such as Scribble and Widgets. We really just have to see what Apple's going to do with them. We're just on Developer Beta 3, and they're definitely still enhancing things. So we really just have to wait and see. But so far, good job, Apple. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please stay safe out there. Wear a mask. This is not some sort of political statement. It's a health statement, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. The pandemic is real. This thing is real. It's affecting a lot of people. So the sooner we go ahead and fall in line, knock it out, suck it up, tough it out, the sooner we can get back to normal, and and resume our normal everyday lives without having to worry about endangering anyone. Have a great week. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and I'm out.